Galacticos League is back. It always feels like an eternity. It's only been a week. We're playing here at the Bernabeu against Espanyol. Here's my starting 11. I want to see Keylor Navas in goal, Pepe and Varane in the middle. Out wide, I want to see Carvajal and Marcelo. In the midfield, I'm going to go with, again, a 4-4-2. I want to see Toni Kroos and Modric and James and Isco. And up top, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema.
Thank you, Ashley. My 11 is going to have a little bit of a change. I'm going to put Arbeloa in, so I'm going to go with Keylor Navas and Arbeloa on the left. Number one, because I think this might be a good game to give Marcelo a little bit of rest, thinking in what's coming from now on in the league, with the league and the Champions League and everything. So Arbeloa, maybe, also for him to feel like a player again, because we haven't seen Arbeloa in ages. And then Pepe and Varane and Carvajal on the right. He proved that he is the right back and not Danilo. I mean, as a starter. Kroos and Modric. Jesse, no. Kroos and Modric, James and Isco. Hopefully we'll see some more magic than what we saw last week. And up top, of course, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. So there's a question that's hanging in the air. Is the league lost?
Is the league lost?
What do you think?
I hate to be pessimistic. I genuinely am optimistic, but I'm going to go with yes. It is lost. I mean, the fact that we're trailing by so many points and that they're a match behind us, I think that those points are going to be hard to recuperate or to recover. And on top of that, we haven't had that consistent of a season. They've shown us that they are not able to win those important games. And then against games like last weekend against Betis, they come out with a tie, which we lost points essentially in that game.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people say is the small games that lose or win leagues.
Really?
And in this case, it could be true. I personally don't think it is lost yet. I have a lot of faith. And this reminds me of maybe the first league that Real Madrid won after I arrived here was with Capello. And we actually came back from a 7-point difference with Barcelona, and we had less matches left than we have now. But truth is that this Barcelona competes and is a lot stronger than that Barcelona 10 years ago. That's one thing. And again, we're not proving to be able to win the games that we need to win to, stay in the race. This week, still a good chance for us to cut some points because inevitably Barcelona or Atletico and Madrid will lose some points this week because they're playing against each other. So the ideal thing would be for them to draw. So each lose 2 points. Or one of them is going to lose points. So again, this is one of those chances that we have missed a lot in the past with Villarreal and also with Valencia to cut some points with the teams up top.
Catch up.
Still, the big question here is the league lost? Leave it in the questions below. What do you think? Do you think we're fighting for nothing already? Like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. More things. This one thing that's very interesting to me is this thing called the clause of fear. We have Asensio, is an academy Real Madrid player, and he's playing for Espanyol now. But due to this clause fear, he's not allowed, let's say, to play against Real Madrid. What do you think about this?
This honestly is so dumb. I think this is the dumbest clause that you can put, or the restriction you can put on a player, especially someone that's in your academy. It's a player that's essentially on loan, that you're saying he's not good enough to play for your first team, but he also can't compete against us. And it's like, well, are you scared of him? Or I don't really understand the clause. What do you think?
That's the thing. I think if you're scared of a player like that you don't think is good enough to play on your own team, then why would you be scared of him kind of turning a game around, playing for a team like Espanyol in the Bernabeu? What is the point? And number two, the whole meaning of loaning a player is for a player to become better playing at another team.
Right.
What better game to become a better player than playing against Real Madrid? So again, this is something we don't really understand, but it is what it is. So we won't be seeing much of Asensio in the game against Espanyol.
Maybe on the bench.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him smiling, taking pictures on the bench. What is good news is Benzema. Benzema's scoring stats. This is probably his best season in Real Madrid so far in when it comes to scoring. And this is a guy we can actually count on. He's scored the first goal of Real Madrid many times. He has already scored 17 goals, and I think we will see Benzema score this Sunday.
Yeah, I think we will. And I want to shout out my dad. Thanks, Dad, for this little tidbit of information. He called me and let me know, did you know, Ashley, that Benzema actually has scored more goals than Cristiano this season, and he's played about 500 minutes less.
500 minutes less?
Yeah, he hasn't played in, I want to say 5 or 6 matches this season. So, I mean, that just goes to show you what the effectiveness, I guess, up top of Cristiano versus Benzema. Benzema is scoring in so many matches, especially in away matches. And that's actually a thing that we're not seeing a lot with Cristiano. So I think Benzema, we're going to see a lot from him this season. I'm excited for it, and hopefully he doesn't get injured. And he's letting, which is cool, he's leaving all that stuff, the drama off the field that could really be affecting him. We were talking about that earlier. I mean, that was a while back, but that stuff doesn't seem to be affecting him. So.
And it really shows that he's a mature guy, you know, not to let all these things affect him, which is, you know, naturally would affect anybody else.
So good for you, Benzema.
Good for you, Benzema. Anyway, let's go with the prediction.
Oh.
And I think, you know, having said that Benzema will score a lot of goals, I'm going to say 4-0 for Real Madrid.
Okay. I'm going to go with 4 goals, but I'm going to say they might get one in against us because we've just been seeing that. So I'm going to go with 4-1.
So Galacticos, 4-0, 4-1, that's our prediction. Of course, as always, we want to know what yours is. Don't forget to leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you for the game.